This is the bottom line. This is the bottom. This is the bottom line, Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio. This is the bottom line, Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio.
We like to say welcome to the bottom line, Liberia. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of February 2025, and a beautiful Tuesday evening here. Let me say welcome to Paul from London. Tonight is going to be interesting program. The full team would not be here though. One of our colleagues is visiting the motherland, so it's very difficult for him to log on because it's not easy, as you all know, but he's following us closely, and he's also doing some work on the ground for us, for the bottom line Liberia, that is. And in due time, we'll be bringing you good news about that. So we hope that everything that he's doing will work out well. But let me say welcome to my colleague, Paul, the Lord Children, who is sitting well on the other side in his Huse studio. Paul, welcome to this beautiful Tuesday evening. How are you doing?
Well, good evening, Linford, and good evening to our viewers. I'm doing great. It's good to be, thank God to be among the living. And to our viewer, I want to say good evening, wherever you view us from. This is the bottom line Liberia. And Linford, what's going on? What's going on today?
So Liberia is becoming a very interesting country day by day. Something new is happening. Young children are being born, young babies are being born. Old ones are dying. Young ones are dying as well. And then in the cycle of government, things are happening. For five months now, we've been having a government, a national government with the first branch of government literally not functional like they should be. As we all know, there is this impasse where the house is divided, the lower house is divided. So, and today we saw something strange happen where Honorable Yekeh Kolubah's vehicle was ordered broken into by the controversial speaker for how you call it, guy, Richard. So, every day something new is happening, and we don't know. Nobody can sleep and wake up and say, well, we know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. So Liberia has become interesting, like I said. So, that's just my opening statement, and we'll be going through, the discussions. By the way, it's not going to be the usual long program that we normally have, because we have only two, but we'll be hitting the main point. So I don't know what you think. That's basically what I think. Liberia has become very interesting nowadays.
Yeah, the thing is, to our viewers, our main page today, for some reason, is we're having problem with that. So we're on the YouTube and also on the bottom line Liberia page. So if you view us from there, please let us know where you're viewing from. Yeah, to be honest, for Liberia, it is where it is. It seems to mean that Liberia, for the 21st century, for Liberia to be where it is, every day there's noise, there is headline coming from Liberia, unnecessary noise that coming out of Liberia is not good for the country. What this show us that we have a very lawless society, because what happening today in Liberia is not something that people may look at it and take it to be joke, but this could lead us to a very serious civil unrest in Liberia, the way things are going. And it just showed that the leadership seems to relax, and they think power is something else. So we'll talk about it. I'm just scared for my country, Liberia, because the things that are happening is not good for that country, to be honest.
Okay, like you said, we'll be delving into some of the things we just touched on, and also Mr. Cummungs was the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Alexander B. Cummungs. He seems to be coming back now. Like the information minister described in the last time, he went into hiding, so to speak, after the elections, and then he's coming back now. He's been appearing. So he did appear today again. And, he reiterated something he said the last time that pricked the government, something that like a tone that took the government, you know, they will say the Liberian way, right? So I think he's still standing on that, and the government should take that very seriously. I think that's a form of recommendations, and we'll be talking about that as well. But like Paul said, if you'll be following us on any other platform, I mean, any of the other pages like YouTube and our other Patreon page, you can let us know. Our main page is playing up. We don't know, but we're going to set it up. But we're going to take a short break, and then while we're taking that break, we'll be sharing the show, and you can join us and also help us to share. We'll be right back.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. With their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us. You use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Well, let's say welcome again to the Portal and Liberia. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of February. My name is Linford Goer, and I live here in Norway, and Paul is in the UK. Tonight, like we said, we'll be doing some deep inside discussions into some of the things that are happening in our country. As you know, every day we wake up to some news, and yeah, there's some good things happening, but when the bad things and the good things happen every day, or the bad things happening every day, they will overshadow the good things. And so that's it. But Paul, let me say welcome to you. Normally we start with some international news or just briefly see what's happening around us. Is there anything around us that you want us to talk about before we move on the back or on the front line back home?
I think because our main page is not active, so we know that what is happening internationally is about the peace talk in Ukraine. That Donald Trump and Putin are going on and that they decided to exclude Zelensky from the peace talk, are getting European leaders today kind of storm for not being part of the process is something that worried a lot of European leaders. How come these guys were pumping money into Ukraine, and then all of the blue, Donald Trump came up with the big hit that did not then. So it's actually brought situation in the UK that the UK Prime Minister is furious about that and talking about he's flying to Washington sometime this week to meet Donald Trump because they want to have a say. And yesterday, France president called for a meeting, emergency meeting. So it's kind of pinning the European Union and also NATO. How come that Donald Trump just stepped on them? That your little kids, they're the big boys talk. And this is what happening in Europe. So I think it is the world moguls are called them. They don't know what to do. So here we go. America said they're not putting foot on the ground, and now Ukraine and the rest of Europe are. So I said the last program said Russia won this war, and I got a clip here that will play spawn because what happened? There's a Hungarian prime. If you start with Russia, they get into. Let me find this. You can play it. Then we can have a discussion before we move to the Yekeh Kolubah issue today, which is will be the main topic that Liberia may. So let's talk internationally while we're sharing the show. Let me play this little clip from the Hungarian Prime Minister where he said it's very, very interesting. Listen to this.
Russia will never come back to the West as it was, never again. Sorry to say that. I'm not happy with that because Russia is too close to Hungary. And the Ukraine. And what is basically, again, the problem? The Russians accepted in a very difficult way that Central European countries like my home, Hungary, became member of NATO. They always criticize that move, saying that it's unfair because it was promised. Nobody knows exactly whether did it happen or not, but it was promised that the ex-Soviet Union dominated territories will not join NATO. But we did. Good for us anyway. And the Russians started to live with that. In that concept, Ukraine was the buffer zone between NATO and Russia. And then now, as we started to incorporate more and more Ukraine, first at the military level, developing their army, then even at the diplomatic level to speak about the possible membership of Ukraine to NATO, we converted the buffer zone into a war zone. So it's not anymore a buffer zone. That's the problem. And it's history. It's not about 1 or 2 decades issue. So how we imagine the territory between the NATO and Russia, how we call it and how to manage it, how we provide the future for the people and the territory. So these are the real big and difficult challenges ahead of us.
One big change.
You know, when we jumped into the war, that was always my argument to the Westerners, that don't consider that war as our own war. It's not a war of the West. It's a war between 2 Slavic nations, a brutal but a brotherhood war. Russians and Ukrainians. Isolate them, help them, but don't say that this is our war. That's exactly what you have done. Basically, Biden president came to Warsaw and said, Putin must fail. Guys, it means that you are in the war. So why we have done it? Nobody knows the answer of that, you know. So it was a very short-sighted idea. Probably they thought that they could weaken Russia. I was always sure at the very first moment that a war will make Russia stronger than it was prior to the war. That's our history. First World War, Second World War. When they start the war, they are weaker. As the war is going ahead, they are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. That's the lesson of the Hungarian history.
Listen to him.
Yes.
This is the fact. You listen to him. You start with Russia, they will come up slowly and then it start getting strong. Because what happened when we did history in Russia, during the Second European War, what they consider as World War II, when Germany invaded Russia, they went into what is known today as St. Petersburg. It used to be called Leningrad. The Russians moved the capital to Moscow. The women in Russia, the USSR, went into the factory. They were manufacturing arms while the men were fighting. And that's how they operate. They start slow, and when they start, in fact, the German went and took this place, what they call Crimea, today that they're talking about. The Russian left them, bypassed Crimea, and went all the way into Berlin before they came back to liberate Crimea. So Zelensky went into a small portion, and that's emboldening the Russians to say, okay, now we're coming to take big chunk of your land. They left that bit and then taking. That's the way they fight. So this guy is telling us, the prime minister, we live with them. You start with them, they start slowly, and they get stronger and stronger. And the West knew that. Donald Trump understands it. But the rest of the new European leaders that don't understand history, they fell for Joe Biden's situation and they went with it. So what say you, Lynn, for?
Yeah, but I mean, the the rest of the other countries, including my own country here, they want to fight proxy war, right? For this NATO. But if ever I was one of them, one question I'll always ask, and you see the Hungarian Prime Minister ask this question, what is NATO doing for us anyway? Ask yourself, are all these countries around here that want to become NATO member, what is that benefit that they can point to and say, NATO had done this for us, and this is what we benefited? Now, you know, it's all about brainwashing them. And, you know, we the black people or Africa, we always say the white men brainwash or the European, they brainwash us. And it's true. And they also brainwash our own people. They create fear factor. And, you know, the whole thing, every time we talk, I will come back to the power again. The power thing, they create fear in your mind that, oh, you got to believe this thing. If you don't believe it, you're going to hell. God have created this big hell with a fire, a burning. So once you don't believe in it, he will throw you there. But the same God will turn around and send his son to come die for you. Then he will turn around again and say, you don't believe in it, you will throw it. Then when he sends his son to die, the same thing. They come, NATO comes with their idea, and it dates back way to the World War II, right? They come and they say, oh, listen, You got to come, they'll form, and it's all about America's interest. That America wants to be the rooster of the world, the police, the world police. So they will come to you and create fear and say, "Look, you got to join us. If you do join us, the other people will come and destroy you. So join us, let's be strong." And America, way from here to America, from Norway to America, is almost 10, 15 hours. So what is a threat to America from Europe that America wants you to join something called NATO, so that, let's say, if one country attack Norway today, how long it will take for America in the same bomb here? God forbid. How long it will take for America to come to help you? Your people would have died a long time before America can even arrive. So America come and create a fear in their mind. We gotta be strong. Something called North Atlantic Treaty Organization, so that when somebody attack one group, then they not attack all of us. And with this NATO sat here, the former they fought war there in the 1990s, the early 1990s. They destroyed themselves. They see NATO here. Okay. Besides that, they see NATO being here, other countries being fighting each other here. They can't do nothing. But when the NATO and NATO can be strong is when they're going to attack Russia. So they create a fear in their mind, in the other small countries' minds, that, you know what? Russia is the biggest threat on the side. So we all got the whole NATO, trust me, the whole NATO thing is to build a barricade, to build this strong defense force that Russia will not be able to do anything yet. Since they were successful in breaking up the Soviet Union. So they say, okay, they don't want Russia to have anything to do around this area. So let's build something called NATO. And that's a fear they're living under. So they come to a small country like Ukraine and say, look, you're living next door to Russia. Anytime Russia can come to you and destroy you, so you got to join NATO. They went to Finland, they did it. Sweden, they did it. Norway. In fact, Norway is a Secretary General holding the Secretary General position for NATO. Can you imagine? It's all because of fear. Create the fear in their mind. So you always see these small countries falling for it. Okay? So that's where the whole problem comes from. But I don't know, like the Ukrainian guy, or the Hungarian guy said, Prime Minister said, they got to ask themselves, what is NATO doing for them? What have they benefited? It's all about asking yourself that critical question. Yeah, NATO is not how to support you. It's not how to be your member, but tell us what you're doing for us. Well, we need to know. Okay? And the young generation, I think, because this old NATO thing here, it came from the World War II, right? And people who saw the war, probably they felt that there's a need to actually have something called NATO. But then when the young generation come out, they will begin to ask, well, we have not seen anything that NATO is doing, so why would we be member of NATO? So, yeah, we in Europe will wait to see how powerful NATO is going to be, and let's see how it happens.
Before we transition to the Yekeh Kolubah thing, because you mentioned after the war, you have the Soviet Union, and then you have the Eastern Bloc, which that they refer to as the Warsaw Pact.
Uh-huh.
The Warsaw Pact and NATO they was into the rivalry, right? But then in 1990, when Gorbachev and Reagan decided that, look, enough is enough. Let Germany, because you had East and West Germany, let be German unification. And based on that unification, it was agreed that they would allow Germany to unify, but there would be no NATO expansion into Eastern Europe. They signed a document, they agreed. Now, when Bill Clinton came to power, he said this is complete nonsense, and he started expanding NATO, while the Warsaw Pact are already dissolved. So why keep NATO and you don't have Warsaw Pact? All along, the Americans, they always finding situation with Russia, finding fault. They always want to fight with Russia. So that's why they kept this expansion of NATO. You see? But then what happened?
Paul, like I said, it's look, you're hitting the nail on the head, right? I told you, Russia here is the biggest threat to America. But look at the gap between them. So it's not yet easy for America to go and start attacking Russia because there is remember that all the powerful wars, countries in the world, they have this something called the non-aggression pact, right? You can't just be aggressive to all your friends. So, I want to fight you. You're my enemy. I get anything against you. But how do I get a poor? So I start looking for maybe your little brother or somebody who close to you. I start making them to P4 with you so that when you attack I say, yeah, I leave Puffney hitting my brother, I'm going to him. So tell me, America, you what business you got to come to Ukraine to tell Ukraine to go and join NATO? Okay? And Russia is saying no. Ukraine, you are very close to us. They NATO are our enemy. Do not join. If you join them, it will not be good for you. Then Ukraine to say no, we'll join. So okay, if you join, the punishment will come. And that's what's going on. Now, I don't know why European countries are surprised, because if you listen to the Hungarian Prime Minister, he said this war should not be our war. We should not take it to be our war. These are two brothers fighting. Okay? So if European countries who claim to be NATO members will own up to the war and make the war their own, then they should also be willing to go through whatever punishment will come along. So I don't know. But again, like I said, we will be here, and we hope Donald Trump will make some changes, because at least he's been making efforts to meet Putin and all the powerful people in the world. So let's see what will happen. But this war, there is no need. There was no need in the first place fighting this war. In my own view, there was no need.
Absolutely. So this because what happened now, Donald Trump did not include them. So the British Prime Minister is saying that they're going to send troops. And this is concerning. So I want you to listen to the one before, because they want to send troops and they don't have the army. So this is the scary bit of the whole thing. You want to send troops because you have NATO. And Boris Johnson, they were the one rushing with the thing. Yeah, Russia is just bluffing. But then when it backfire, so I want to listen to this short clip here about for the 9 seconds, it's not long. This one is from Sky News. Listen to this.
How credible is it for the Prime Minister to talk about deploying boots on the ground in Ukraine, given the current state of the army? You were talking essentially about certainly the UK and other countries in Europe effectively being put on a war footing to come up with some industrial-based war plan.
I can't see how any implementation force that is not, as I've said earlier, that is not seriously capable, and that means it's got to be ready to fight Russia, which means it's got to have the equipment, the artillery, the ammunition, the tanks, the drones, all the paraphernalia of 21st century conflict. And it's got to be properly trained, it's got to be properly commanded, and it's got to be properly ready. I can't see how you do that without mobilizing the economy for war.
You heard that, Lincoln? You heard that?
Again, people, look, I told you, Paul, the now generation, we see the need not to fight any proxy war. NATO. Now, hear what the man say, that to send troops, you need the equipment, logistics, and the manpower. And Russia knows that when the war started, they knew that they were fighting the rest of NATO, the rest of the other powers in the West. So they are prepared. And that's why, I listen to most of my friends. Oh, my man, Ukraine giving Russia a hard time. Russia ain't even Ukraine. I just look at that and laugh. No, Russia is a war power. So to fight little Ukraine, you think Russia will start using all that. In fact, Russia got men on the ground. Russia is not using artillery that much. They're dealing with the men on the ground, because one of the main things they want to do is to gain territory. So they're using people on the ground. Okay. In fact, just the Russian-speaking population in Ukraine, Russia can influence them and they can do harm. Okay. So they're naysayers. There are people who still believe, probably maybe one of the naysayers looking on the other side, but there are people who still believe that Ukraine is that powerful, that Russia can't do anything to them. That's a lie. Now, Donald Trump is saying that they're not going to send any men on the ground. They're not going to put boots on the ground. Okay, logistics, they could supply it, but you can have all the tanks, Paul. If you don't have people to fight to use it, it will be for nothing. So the British people now, they are thinking, they are imagining that, okay, we will send people, our government want to send people, but do we have what it requires? You see? So I think I leave with you English people now to figure it out. If you think you can take part in this war, if you think this war could be your war to fight, great, you can go ahead. But America is saying, or Donald Trump is saying, well, the past administration started this war, but we are taking a second look.
Right. So that's the situation. I'll leave for continue. Let me send something to Francis quickly. I think because we're not using the bottom line page, is just when he's not getting notification. Let me send it to him. Yeah. So let's look at this story here while I'm doing this regarding this one here. And
majority bloc uses drill to forcefully open Representative Kolubah's vehicle. Well, everybody who were watching today, they saw that, and I think this one of the funniest thing I've seen in recent time, in the recent history of politics in Liberia. We know that there is an impasse in the House of Representatives for the past 4 or 5 months now going, and for it to reach this level, I think it's alarming, and nobody could believe that today this thing could escalate to this point. What if Yekeh or his bodyguards would have chosen to react, to say, no, you cannot open this thing. There will be scuffle. Somebody will get hurt. And, these people are playing with something. This government is playing with something that they know if it explodes, they will not be able to handle very easily. For now, it seems to be fun. For now, it seems to be something that, okay, yeah, we can do it and get away. But look, let me tell you one thing. Liberia is a volatile country. And that is not me saying it. You gotta go back to history. This country fought war for complete 14 years. And we had different warring factions. We have people from every county fighting this war. And for one group of people to come to power and think that, they got all the power, you got to go back to history. You got to go back to history. And there is this nonsense that people go around talking, Liberian people don't want to fight war again. Liberian people not ready to fight war. Who told you that? No, car can be accident. All the people in the car, they get hurt. They are probably then laying down, somebody then get hurt. They will still take the same people and put them in another car to carry them to the hospital. They will not say, send a car, may accident with these people, they're scared, they will not rock out again a lot. Okay? So, not because the people fought war for 14 years, and then the war ended, so you just conclude that, nobody want to fight war again. The only thing Liberian people most people waiting for is for somebody to start war, which I think that's it. They say it's not hard to circumcise snake, but who will hold it head? You see it? It's not hard to circumcise snake. You can circumcise the snake, but once there's somebody to grab the head, during those time, nobody would have imagined that war would come because those became so powerful. The army was armed to its teeth. Let
roll a video on what they were doing, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, sure, roll it.
So this is what you see happening. 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 This is what you see happening.
Welcome,
And this is an attack on the journalists. This is an attack on the media. This is the security. This officer was the same person who stopped me. This officer was the same person who hit on me when we were bossing the office. This is the officer who is assigned with. He's assigned with. This officer is assigned with Honorable Yekeh Kolubah. You see, he damaged the journalist food. He damaged the journalist food. So they use it. So this is
using the trail.
Yekeh Kolubah.
They are using the trail to score, and by the time they want to enter in the car to remove the damage.
So you see the damage on the Yekeh Kolubah car to enter. So this vehicle belongs to Honorable Yekeh Kolubah, and it was ordered. It was an order that Honorable Yekeh Kolubah ordered that they should remove this car. So you see that you don't jail on the car to open it. So you see that you see through. So you see them, you see through it on the So you see the police. You see the police trapping us, using force on us. So you see the police hitting on us, using force. Honorable Yekeh Kolubah card was forcefully entering in by security officers on instruction by Honorable Richard Nabeku. So you see them hitting on journalists, damaging journalists' phones, and all that things. So you see it. So you see it. This is where you are. This is the kind of situation that we are currently experiencing at the Capitol building. This is the kind of situation we are currently experiencing at the Capitol building. This is what we are experiencing right now at the Capitol building. The vehicle, this vehicle belongs to Honorable Yekeh Kolubah. You see, officer used drill to forcefully open it. They used drill to forcefully open it, and they enter in it. They enter in it. I don't know whether this is legal by law. I don't know whether this is legal by law. By officers or I don't know. So I don't know whether this is legal by law. I don't know whether this is legal by law, but the vehicle, the opening of this vehicle was given on the instruction of by Honorable Richard Nabeku. You see him over there. Even his security officers use force on journalists. Use of force on journalists damaged one of our police phones from Banat FM. So that's the presence of Honorable Richard Nabeku. That's the presence. So you see that
this is what happened.
the lack.
And this
is the kind of portrait we are currently experiencing. So this is what we are currently experiencing. So this is what we are experiencing here. So this is what we are experiencing here. This is the closing argument. Wherever you are, the official vehicle belonging to Honorable Yekeh Kolubah was forcefully.
So, Linford, violence in Liberia, disobey rules of law. Liberia is heading for a serious civil crisis. I'm being honest, the way things are going. People may overlook this. There's Yekeh Kolubah. I think power has getting into his head. All right, he's not a speaker. According to Justice Wese, that he's not a speaker. So Yekeh Kolubah, all right, Yekeh Kolubah set a trap for them. And guess what? What is the leadership that comes into Yekeh Kolubah? They got position a car. What do? If you are a legitimate speaker or is parked in your space, Yekeh in the building, get the police or somebody to go, Yekeh, please remove your car. The so-called speaker is here. If you don't move your car, we'll have your car be removed. But by showing violence to break into somebody's car, and the police that's supposed to implement law helping to do that, and this is a joke. You think all they live for? What if you have all right, that is your space? The Capitol building know that's the speaker's space. We have Fonati Kofa as a speaker, Yekeh Kolubah as the other one who claimed to be speaker. So in reality, you got two speakers. They don't work there. They've been working somewhere else. So Yekeh parked his car, and he knew very well where he was parking. He's in the building. Get him to remove a car. If not, get a tow truck, and get the police to take it to the police headquarters. But the fact that you broke into his car, that's criminal. If I were Yekeh Kolubah, I would say I got a diamond in that car that worth over $1 million that was stolen by the police by entering somebody's vehicle without authorization. There is no search warrant. Yekeh Kolubah and Yekeh Kolubah are equal by law. They were voted in by their people. He had no power to do what he did. Talk to me. I mean, I just seen that Liberia enter into civil war the way things are if they're not careful.
Let me. I was in speech before we played that video. I was saying something. Some of us are not old, but we've been around here for a while. I saw the Toro government, and I grew up. You and I grew up right in the heart of government. You grew up in Jalatan. I grew up right on Capitol Bypass, right opposite the police station. So I was very close to all these things. We used to see senators coming, SEN 1, SEN 2, look at flare waving, then you know government officials are coming. We used to see the representatives coming, REP 1, REP. You see that country flare waving with the Liberian flag on the other side. You see that black diplomatic plate, that black representative plate. But nowadays, Liberia has become somewhere where any Tom, Dick, and Harry can think that power is just something you play with. And the last time I said on this technical show that two things not good for human being. I used to say for black men, but I've come to realize that it's human being across the world, whether black, green, yellow, whatever color you are. Two things not good: power and money. They may seem good. If you don't have them, you want to have them. But power, if you have it, you can use it wisely to your benefit and to the benefit of other people, or you can misuse it to abuse other people's right. Money, if you have it, you can use it good to benefit other people, or use it to benefit yourself and other people will enjoy. But the bad part about it is that if you have money and you misuse it, you could use that money to buy power and to misuse the power. Or if you have power and you don't have money, you can use that power to get money and then you misuse the money. Now, what am I saying? Some people get money, they will take it and go pay people to go kill other people. Some people get power, they will use that power to go do bad things to other people. Like we saw today, Yekeh Kolubah doing. Now, you got illegitimate power that was not vested in you by the people, power that you literally hijacked somewhere along the way, and you misusing it. And let me go back to the dual era I was talking about. Like I said, we are not old that much, but we've seen things happen. When the PRC took over, by the way, The very night they came toward, I was outside. We were outside. The police people ran to my own shop. Someone slept in the shop with us. They explained to us that they heard shooting from the mansion. So I followed the whole coup religiously. And where we live was the house part of the coup, on the capital bypass, right on the main road. Anybody who know bypass, right opposite Lucia Tower House there. That's where we live. Okay? Richard Nixon School right here. Paul, you know what I'm talking about. So everything was visible to us. Okay? Now, we saw unruly people from day one of the coup, all the way, complete 6-7 months. We were in the land, whatever. We were dancing from April all the way to June, July. Not knowing what we were welcoming. And I still remember one thing. I had a girlfriend, not girlfriend to say, but we were just friends. The girl came from South Africa. She was a niece of the bishop from South Africa, Bishop Ndabeniki Sitoli. That guy told me something. She said, "You put dancing all over the place. You know your country has spoiled forever." I didn't understand what that guy said. And then we saw people who were drawn with power, the likes of Falavani, the likes of Harrison Pennon. Okay? And all they thought was that, okay, PRC are taking over. The country will be like this in our hands forever and ever. Amen. Nobody is able to do anything to us. Power will get power. Falavani will go down behind Jida Gisney and flock his own mother-in-law and beat everybody in the hall and broke everything. Harrison Penner will grab a doctor coming from doing surgery at JFK simply because the man crossing from the car and lay the doctor down barefoot in the middle of the road and quarter him 25 lashes. Where are those people today? What happened to them? Okay, no. Don't tie too long. Let's drag it down. Let's carry the clock ahead a little bit. Let's come to MPFL. 1990, July 2. It was on a Monday. The war entered Monrovia, affair beyond Rebel Land, because they captured us from ERBC, and affair beyond Rebel Land. And also, Monrovia Enemo, Wayin Kagata, Banga, Habe, all over the place. And we saw some of those very rude guys that were across the land, who, when they come in, I don't want to name some of them, but when they come in, if you stand on the road, you better go high. Because they thought that the MPFL would just be forever and ever. Where are they today? Some of them still living. Some of them, they will almost cover their faces to walk in the street. Because people knew them. And those ones that were very good, they are the ones that will walk today. Some of them living very good life in Monrovia. But those ones that are very, very bad, some of them, they're dead. We will know them, but some of them, they will hide themselves. So what I'm saying is, for power to get to people's head, like Rachel Kun, well, I don't understand this man. Anybody who look at a guy the first time, you would think that they got no intelligence. By the way, he's a handsome man. You know, maybe I can see. I know go maybe he got decent beauty. You would think that he's very intelligent, but the thing that he's doing, even a kindergarten student will not do it. You can't go. Look, Paul. All of us have been in leadership position for some time. Okay, and with some even in leadership position. In my department, I got 4 or 5 people working with me. And I know every day they all want to complain they want. I know all of them by character. I know how to deal with each of them. Okay. But for you to go and give order, you the last man on that ground to say, okay, you'll go and break this car and enter it. Don't you know, no common sense in your head that before, even if the police will come to your house to search, or if the court, or if people, anybody, sheriff, whoever comes to your house to search, they must present something called search warrant, which is signed by a court of competent jurisdiction that gave that person the power to do it. Okay? Now, why are you doing a search? If anything, they who are doing a search, what if they enter the car and bomb explode and they die? Who you hope? I guess I'll call you that. Didn't work out, bomb explode. What you say? You hope that you enter a car and bomb explode and you die? No. And what did Yekeh already said that he had $25,000 in the car. So you see, these people they get power drunk. They don't look at history. Paul, I told you we are not. Experience. I will never do that.
Leave for.
Flo.
Yeah, leave for.
Yeah.
Let's look at it on the other angle. Rachel Kun he said he's speaker, right? So when you have different leadership, is that what you do? Because lately, I'm going to take you back something because from what Yekeh Kolubah is doing, and there's another young man called for the family, what they are doing, it just now tells me that Capitol building that got burned, from their behavior, it tells me that the police now need to look at them. You remember that was Armed Forces Day, the same group went and broke down Fanatic Kofa office. What does this tell you? What kind of lawless society are we in? Yekeh Kolubah is standing there instructing people to break into Yekeh Kolubah car. Huh? What you done? Yekeh Kolubah said in one interview that if the court that he took them to, if they don't look at it, he will physically break Yekeh Kolubah's car. So I'm telling you, if this continue, if the law does not take its course, Liberia is heading for a serious disaster. They see Yekeh Kolubah again saying they're going to expel those other members that they call it the minority bloc if they don't come to session. Yeah, think on this. Musa Berete get his followers. Fanatic Kofa get his followers. Yekeh Kolubah get his followers. They get a constituent. And you're going to remove them from office because you are power drunk. That is a recipe for disaster. So I'm saying if these people are not careful, because they're so greedy, they're so drunk, the hooligans that is shown, because when the president went to the Capitol building, he said, we'll not allow no hooligan, but the hooligan that he's dealing with is within his scam.
But Paul, the thing is very simple. It is it is what got in Yekeh Kolubah and all against that burned out. No, crazy man. Let me tell you. And you, Sekou Franklin Kawa, you even eat here today. You're hungry. Then you can say that because I'll black you. You will not see anything here. I'll black you.
Leave that person. My brother.
I'll black him. We don't need people like him. I'll black him. He will never see anything here. You finish. He's gone forever, ever. He's not coming by no more. Yeah. We'd rather have one person watching than crazy people coming and talking nonsense. You hungry, you won't get food to eat, you talking in your favor, then you can't start insulting here. You can say anything, you can write a poll, but don't insult anybody here. We don't take nonsense. That is hooligan nation, you're carried to Yekeh Kolubah house. You're good point, Capitol building. Oh, so if this man can give command broad day, where cameras are everywhere, people everywhere, and then he said, you'll go break. He didn't even say you'll move the car. Or you'll go call the person who get the car to come move it. He say you'll break through it. Can you imagine? Yeah. So don't you think the man can buy gas and give the person you'll go burn that building so we can lie on the people? I say, Yekeh Kolubah, if you scrutinize, if you really investigate, Yekeh Kolubah knows exactly how. Look at the Capitol building after it burned. Just look at the string of events that happened. Look at what happened. The thing was burning, the fire was still in the building, people were inside there taking pictures. Secondly, the president came there. They had set the stage outside for the president to come. The president came, he didn't go, no security briefing on the ground, at least on camera, to say, okay, Mr. President, this is what happened. He came with a conclusion right away that they were hooligans that did it. They were not, allow them. Can you imagine? So it was a set stage. And you know why they burned that building? Simply because somebody had found that tape that Safoko made a long time ago. That would have been the alibi. What they did. After the burning of the building, they went to call Safoko. Safoko came. What happened? Why it happened? That was it. We didn't hear anything from Safoko again. You see it? So what happened? If they claim that because Safoko said that he didn't want to burn the building, so why did they arrest Safoko? They call him for investigation, and after that they let him go. So did they find the jewels of the eye? And then they went and pick up people from Fanatic Kofa's office, because Fanatic Kofa is a big tree. You got to brush around him before you get him. Okay? So if they make and give command, you'll go break in this car, broad daylight. Paul, what does that tell you? My grandfather used to say,
a seaman. That's
yeah,
tell
my
me
grandfather
it's a
used to say,
seaman
no
that give from your body building.
no
Yes.
two roads cannot be on one farm road. I mean, on one farm. If you catch one road, one guy stealing your corn on your farm, anytime something lost the last guy, you gotta say, you gotta go look for road number 2. 2 roads cannot be on the farm at the same time. That do people burn that place? I believe that. Okay, I may not be right. That's my opinion. My opinion had never been written as a truth in the world. I can opine on something. It can be wrong or true, but I am saying that I believe that this guy Richard Kun knows well. Look at the man action. You say you get normal, you can go to high election, but you all want to play gallivanting. You anxious when they say they're having program somewhere. You run there to go be representative or to go be speaker. He went all over the place. So
but
this man,
last weekend, he made it clear. He said he's a regime speaker. So that means it reminds me about Samuel Doe regime, because this is what a military group will say regime. And he said he's a regime speaker. So it means he's not realized he's not a speaker. He's speaker for the United Party. So as a regime speaker
now, come out. You know, the
power has get into the head. So what is it if this guy say he have the number, right? The thing is just the requirement is 49. We'll get 2 speakers. So say you want to be the legitimate speaker that you have the number. Look, guys, let's go into Chimo. Let's get this guy out. I have the number. Whoever challenge me, I'll still beat you. What the big deal that he can't do it? He went to the Armed Forces program. He was belittled by Manabio and Eddie Johnson Sirleaf. Ignore him. The same guy today now is showing authority that you're breaking into Yekeh car. I mean, Yekeh could have said he got $1 million diamond in a car. Yeah, Richard couldn't pay, because that is completely lawlessness. I can't believe somebody who claimed to be a speaker. This is the country we're in, man. I don't know what's going on in Liberia. It's a shame. So Yekeh Kolubah took this case to the court. So today again, look at this clip here, this one here. The police arrested, they called those police officers that were sitting around there when I carried the act. You see? So talk to me, Linford. What do you think the outcome of this? Gregory Comer called the police.
The thing is, what will Gregory Comer do? That's just, this is a small screen. Okay, if again, it's ongoing, you know. So the fact that Gregory Comer says that he has recorded those police officers involved, I don't want to jump to the guns to say that nothing will happen. You see, because right now Gregory Comer has shown his hands out. He stretched his hands out. So let's see what he's going to pick up. You know, I always let him speak from parable. You know, my grandfather also used to say, if you bend down, you either pick up something or you lay something down there. So say he already stretched his hand to say that he's recording these people. Let's see what's going to come out. We can't. I don't want to jump the guns and say, well, nothing will come from there. At least he had taken the first step by recording them. The whole public, everybody will be looking at him now to see what will happen to those police officers, because it would have been better if he would not do anything at all to those police officers. Then it would have been better not to even say he's recording them. Let it be as usual. Let them just go scot-free. Nothing should happen to them. But the fact that it is now in public glare that he has recorded them, then everybody's looking to see what's going to happen. So I think he took a first step. It's good. Let's wait to see what will happen. Because normally they will go into these kind of things and nothing will happen. But let's wait and see what will happen.
Right. We'll wait until we see what is happening. And now Yekeh now is threatening the government, the court, that if they don't take action, he will go after Richard Kontu and break into his car. He's not going to order anyone. He's going to do it himself. So where are we heading if this happens? Because we know Gregory Comer may call these police. Nothing going to come out of it. The next thing is Yekeh get angry and break into Richard Kung's car with the police arrest Yekeh. Then Yekeh own a group come. So what's going to happen? This thing we're looking at, I think this is a recipe for serious chaos in Liberia. What is happening today? What happened today and what we see, if we have a situation, we have an elderly spokesperson who was brought into office.
Well,
if he does not say anything, even going to talk on this, because he brought Richard Kung upon the people. This is where they should show leadership. And those so-called majority bloc, it just show the guy they chose to be their leader. He's not a leader. This guy is a hooligan. Simple. This is where we are. He's a hooligan. If you have a hooligan as a speaker, so he will go like being a Valavani, when you're talking about who used to beat people up. He's capable of doing it. I am the speaker. Anyone coming when I'm driving, you have passed in front of my car, I will stop and beat you. You remember Chucky? This is where we're heading. This guy showing us something that is really scary, and Liberians shouldn't take this for a joke. I don't know what say you, but that's my God's feeling. If this does not, if President Barker doesn't put his foot down or get these guys to go in chamber and elect a proper speaker, we're heading for disaster. This situation not going nowhere. Talk to me, brother.
We like concerning the Yekeh Kolubah factor, where Yekeh threatened that if the code doesn't do anything, he will break into Kung's car. I'm not too sure if Yekeh will do that, and I'm not also too sure if the code will just sit supinely and do nothing about this. I'm sure the code is going to hear this case, and Yekeh has already, according to him, contacted his lawyers. So I'm sure Yekeh is not going to just go and break into Kung's car, because, like you said, it will have serious repercussions. Let's say Yekeh got his supporters there, and then he says, no, you'll go and break that Kung car. And then Kung also got his people. Remember that before today, I was listening to a closing argument early this morning when I went to work. And then the guy started suspecting from last night, because the program was produced last night, and I listened to it this morning. And the guy was saying that they got tipped off that there were heavy security presence at the Capitol building's ground. And the reason the security presence was there is because they knew that the minority group, they were going there today as well. And that was, they were expecting chaos. And that's exactly what Richard Kung did, because he knew that, when the minority group goes, he will send the police on their side, because the government had already given the police the mandate. Then they will order the police to either start to beat or, drag the lawmakers outside or whatever. Okay. And he started with Yekeh. So if Yekeh was there, I'm sure there were going to be some scuffle. But Yekeh was in the building when his car was drilled into. So let's say the police or the case doesn't do, the court doesn't do anything about the case. And then Yekeh decides to take the case into his own hands by retaliating to break Richard Kung's car. And there are police officers there that Richard Kung will also give order to. That will be bloody. And this is how, big things can happen. It can start small. So I think it's about time that this president, that this government, in any case, the other people who are not in government, they got nothing to lose. They are not on salary. They are not riding luxurious cars. They're not going abroad for hospital. They don't have bags of rice lined up at their house. Their ex-spouses not full with food. They catch it hard time. So you people who enjoy all of these immunities, you should be careful. Because you got something to lose. But it's not clicking to them. And this is where I get confused. Whether our leaders, people that we elect to lead us, whether they got the thinking the second way. Because it's just like you got a good job, right? Okay, then you don't want to go to work. You go to work, you don't want to do the job. And when they sack you, you'll not get a job, you'll go sit down home. You'll get broke. So what's happening to them? They should protect the government. They should do everything to protect the government in a better way, that the citizens will be satisfied. Because, like I said, if anything, just click up, bam. Anything clicks up. No beginning that walk in the street, they can see you're driving a car. They want to own those cars. They think that's simple thing, Paul. What happened in 1990? What happened in 1990? When the rebel they used to hit anytime, the first thing they go for that the people they car there.
Yeah. So Linford.
Yeah.
Richard Cohn and his group are saying that this is what they're in the news, that they will expel the minority people because they're not coming to session. How many of these guys are in a minority? If they're 24 or 25 or 27 or 28, you expel 27 members of parliament that their people voted for them. I don't know what kind of thing these guys are thinking. Think on this carefully. 27 person or 25 or 22. Now one person, but you're going to expel them because you link with the executive. Because of that, you expel them. What's going to happen?
And this comes, I want to bring us back to some of the things we discussed last Friday, when you said Joe Vakama want to run 2029, and I told you no, he may not. I don't believe he want to run, because if this man wanted to run 2029 on his legacy, on his achievements in government, because he will not be running this time now, he's not going to run on experiment that the Liberian people experimented with him. It's just like Joshua. People say, oh, maybe Joshua ran three times. Maybe he could be a good president, so let's experiment with him. Let's elect him. The same thing they did to Joe Walker. He had been in government for a very long time, and he's an elderly man in the house. He got a 45 years something experience. So let's try him. That was experimental, okay? But now he's in power. He's proving himself incapable. He had already proven himself incapable. So he's not going to be running on this experimental, let's try and see something. He will be running on legacy. So if he will do that, that is to run on legacy, he should be doing the right thing by the people. But just 1 year he has failed. You can count the failures, the innumerable failures compared to what he has achieved. So tell me, come 2029, who's going to look at him to say they want to vote for him? He must show something. They will not say, okay, let's try, maybe he will do something. He was given the chance. It's just like you're substitute on the team, you say now, they're beating your team. Then the coach look at you, you look promising. You say, okay, let me get trap ball. They put you there, you ring in bare hole, they can't even kick a ball, you know the run. So then you say the next game they'll put you there.
So Linford, having said that, the ongoing cycle, it's been going all long. There how many months now with this speaker thing that seems not to end, and they're doing business with them, embarrassing his government. He brought it upon himself. Isn't this is where wise people come into the room to say, hey, this is disturbing my government. Let's put it on a hold. I'm just telling you, this is where wise people come in. So as an elder in the house, the granddaddy in the house, children are fighting. If he cannot bring them together to say, let's resolve the thing, where are we heading? So my point here is the experience that we all been told that the old man had over 50 years governmental experience. So recent time, I'm going to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time because he learned from Ellen. It was Ellen that introduced the removal of speaker. So Joseph Barker experienced now that he learned from Ellen. His first term, less than a year, let's remove the speaker and bring my own speaker. But so he didn't copy Ellen well the way Ellen did that. So that experience now it didn't work out good. Isn't this about the time that he called this so-called majority bloc that he's supporting? That, look, guys, you're embarrassing me. You'll go in-house and solve this thing. Why can't he do it? Why is it dragging this way?
You want me to give him a view on that? He would not.
Yeah, I want your view. Why can't he just do it?
He would not. And if you ask me why, I will tell you why. You know
why?
Yeah. Freetown men get parable. They say, if you want to carry the cow leave it clean and carry it. Don't let it caca on itself. Meaning, if you want to carry the cow, leave it clean. Don't let people and say if we start carrying it, because you'll be scared. People will be dead. It'll be hard to hold. When the thing started newly, this president had no reason at all, absolutely no reason, to want to back the illegal removal of Fonadi Kofa by dishing of money. Allegedly, this, in fact, it will not be alleged. I can't say allegedly because it's going, that accusation going wild. People have discussed it, and nobody in the government have come back to lie or to say no, it was a lie. By dishing out money to give to lawmakers to vote against Kofa. That was the first mistake they made. And having spent all that money, and they took these guys and carried them to RLG, that research area, and kept them there for all those months, paying taxpayers' money. So the cow have already people on itself. Nothing they can do again. So you think Joe Biden will spend all that money, then he'll call Kun and say, okay, you come, and no, he will not do it. And this old man, he had this thing in his mind that he doesn't like Kofa. He fooled Kofa, he took Kofa and carried Kofa way to Italy to meet the Pope, pacify him, and he planted these guys in the house to plan this coup against Kofa. If this old man was honest enough, when they came back right at the airport, he would have started talking against this. In fact, while he was there and the news reached him, he should have said, no, you can't do this. In any case, no, there's nonsense about no, there are two separate branches of government, three separate branches of government. They can't enter into the law. Why is the executive influencing the majority black? If the other branch of government cannot interfere, why is it when they get case they can take it to the Supreme Court if the other government branch cannot interfere? Huh? Why is it that if the executive doesn't make the budget and pass it down to the legislature to approve it before the executive can start, working on it, it cannot work. They're all working together. If you get stuck somewhere, you get at the car can get one engine, can't get one part, can't get different part. They get the engine, the tire, the body, the everything. So one helping the other one. That's what make a car to work. So you can't say, send the car that three different, the car get engine, the engine will get work, the tire will not turn, or send the tire there, the tire will not turn, and then the engine will
So
working together. So that nonsense.
So when you say so what you saying here for, you tell me that he rather sit down for the government to look very bad, he wouldn't do anything. That's what you're saying. Because in the end, he's going to go down in history.
Where it has reached, that's what I told you. The car now people always say he know how to carry again. Because he finished supporting people all the money. So is it possible for him to call them back and say, no, you're moved from there, you're stop dating here, So the cow people always say already they can't carry the cow easily now. So they try. No, let me tell you, go beyond closed door.
We have a saying in Liberia says small shame is better than big thing, right?
You see it?
So before that thing get massive, let's put halt to it because the way it's going.
The
minority bloc not going to give up because
it not past that point. It passed the small shame and the big shame point now. That's the point I'm making. You see, look, Vagafini making Kun to taste what it is to be speaker, and he finished supporting him. He now showed him that you can be speaker. So you think he will call him back and say, "Can't move from there?" So a lot of things. No, trust me. If you are backstage, you had the opportunity to go backstage in this government, you'll see the kind of scuffle that goes on there. I got friends in the government. In that, he said they know that it's a serious failure, serious blow. Number one, let's forget about the Liberian people. Because Liberian people, they will sit down, they can take things. They will say, okay, let's just forget it. But the international community, you think America, and let's forget about Donald Trump stopping aid, to African countries, because that is across the arts, right? Every African country. But let's say the aids were still coming. If the aid was still coming to Liberia, you think the American embassy not following what's going on? Eh? You think the French embassy, all the European countries and all Western countries that got a capital, I mean their embassies or ambassadors accredited near Monrovia, you think they're not watching what's going on? In background, those guys are working. They'll make everything tight. They go not going nowhere. And we're in 2025, by 2026, 2027, you see they will crumble gradually.
This is the point. This is the point I'm making, because all of this experience now, this is where the experience is supposed to show itself. That's the point I'm making, because things not going the way it's
the experience
supposed
I just
to go.
showed you.
The
experience I just showed you that they know nothing. The experience I just showed you that they are not experienced. Simple.
You see,
simple. Because Paul, you there,
and this is the fact.
Yeah, you as a father, you're not government official, you're not nothing, but just as a father who got 2, 3, 4 children, right? I'm just giving you an example. Even if you got 2 children and your 2 boys start to fight, you think yesterday you start supporting one and you support one against the other one. Even if the other one is wrong, you will stop them first from fighting, because during the fight, bad thing will happen. You see, so but by the time they both start fighting, you take that, you go to the other boy, say, "Oh, go fight." So the one that ain't get knife down, what happened to them? That's why they did. You arm the majority of black with money. You give them enough money. You turn them, carry them to a hotel. You give them the assurance that okay, we are backing you. Now they start causing damage. So what can you can't call Richard Kum back and say move from there. He say Richard Kum advanced and say, "Oh, but Mr. President, you want to support us? What you holding up back for?" This is politics. Nothing is straight. Nothing is formal. Nothing is forever. Richard Kum can say, "Oh, so he betrayed us." Eh?
Wow.
So they carry in that voice.
Wow. Well, the way it is, I think we should just pray for Mama Liberia, because it's not going to stop now.
When you're praying, when you're praying for Liberia, your mama not Liberia from there. I'm believing your prayer, because they pray. You're been praying from JJ Router, nothing happens. So
no, you see, my own prayer. You see, in Liberia, they can pray, they say Jesus. But since I know Liberia is a demonic land, I've been praying to Satan, for Satan to enter Liberia before God do something. Because God does not listen to the prayers from Liberia. So I pray to Satan, let Satan go into Liberia and do something crazy. Then God will say, "Oh, my children, now I beg you, I'll listen to your prayer." Because God not listen to that prayer anymore. Because how on earth you pray to God send us somebody, then you decide to go pee Richard Kum, that you know he's very violent, and then you come back and say, "Oh God, I made a mistake." We pray that you send somebody. God not going to send anyone. So let's pray to devil. When we pray to devil, then devil now maybe will give us consider. Because remember I think devil, if people start praying to devil, then Liberia will go straight. All the bad people in Liberia, people can pray for them to die, but they can live up to 100 years. The good people, they can die quick. So let's pray to devil, for devil to redeem Liberia, because it seems that Jesus have turned his back, God has turned his back on Liberia. So if we start praying to devil, then devil start doing something that will make God so angry, say, "No, I can't let this happen. Let me come back and then listen to your prayer. What you want?" That's what we need to do.
Well, I wouldn't want to pray to the devil either, because yeah, I would just let Liberia be as it is, because nothing seems to be working. The thing is that God, yeah, I believe in God. I believe in the Spirit. The universal, the man that made the universe. What you call him, whatever you call him, but I believe in that supreme being. He has shown us signs upon signs that, hey, you as a people, you as a nation, you are proceeding wrongly. He has brought war to us. BB sickness did not come. And thing that Ebola did not come. We fought war. We have military coup. We have demonstrations. People have died. All these things there to teach us sense. But still, we grab 12, 13, 14 living human beings and put them on the pool, broad daylight. They're crying for life. We're killing them. We say because of corruption. The same people who kill people, they turn around, they start doing even more corruption than them. So what kind of people are we? Then we say, okay, the people that kill all the people, the bad people, will bring war. We don't wipe them all. We wipe them all, so to speak. After we wipe them all, things became worse. The other people who come in there now, they're taking advantage of the fact that saying we'll fight war, we can't fight war again. That is new thing. But man, the people can't do nothing, man. All the Liberian people are scared of fight war that lie. I mean, I always say, no, somebody just shoot firecracker. You hear fireworks exploding. I mean, that's just a sample. Nobody should sit there and say people can't fight war. People, they already know war. Right? So, when you get me all this scary Latin, they already know it. So, but the point, the thing here is when to do it, who to do it, that's all. And if they tell me that nobody is willing to do it now, to start to initiate it, fine, that I will agree to. But if somebody was brave enough to initiate, you'll see people will follow. But the people are taking advantage of our Liberian people.
So Linford, the reason why I said small shame is better than big shame. We know that Justice Inchimo Wese said something that this word that he used, auto variance that they use, he defined it. The bill of hearing coming up, and the Supreme Court come up with that bill of hearing and said that Richard Kong is not a speaker. It's not a big shame for the government. That's what I'm saying. Now, post up to all of this nonsense, then for it to become a bigger shame because it's embarrassing you. Because you already done it, you done the damage on yourself. Do you want to be more damaging to you than the smaller damage that I've already done? That's the point I'm making. So where's the element thing that we learn?
Can I ask you one question?
Ask me, please.
Okay. And do you honestly believe that if the Supreme Court will come back to re-explain, not in the past, to re-explain and make and clarify what they meant by ultra-virus, and even declare that Richard Kun is not legitimate speaker? Do you think this government is going to be shamed, or do we agree to it and say, well, Richard Kun is not speaker, let's go and bring back Fonati Kofa? You think the government will do it?
You know what they could do, the reason what they could do, just to wipe the shame from their faces, get a guy, say, look, y'all go back in-house. Whoever is in it, because Fonati Kofa not going to run. He will step aside. Whoever going to come in as speaker, let's have a new speaker.
No.
That's the shame. You can encourage them to go back in chamber and then say something.
Let me clarify one thing before you proceed. But let me get Fonati Kofa is not removed. So you will not say you will not run.
He's not removed, but he.
But wait.
No, the reason. Listen now. Yeah, and they said they have allegation. Wait a minute. And they have allegation. I will let it flow. And they have allegation against Fonati Kofa. Reason why they want to remove him. Go in chamber, bring your allegation. You have your number. You're voting out, and then your contest. Somebody will put their hand, or this person put their hand up, and they contest the speakership to have a new speaker. That's the point I'm making. It can happen.
Yeah, but again, if they go in chambers and then they bring their case, you think that you're going to say for Nadukova, you call people through, then say, yeah, or then whether he deny or not, then he move? No. That's why I say he's not removed. You accuse me, they got to go to court. They will go to court. I mean, not to court, rather, but in that chamber, they will judge. They got to prove it. They got to prove what they're saying. They can't get, not because they're accusing, so you get walk out, he'll recuse himself. Where he'll recuse himself is,
but Linford, the people say they have the numbers, and they say they have the number.
I agree.
Because it requires, exactly. So go in chamber, lay out your allegation. He excused himself, the deputy preside, vote him out because you have the number, and then there's a vacancy for speakership, right?
Yeah, but we now hold on.
Anybody come from for
explain something to me here. Explain by then going in chambers and then laying all the allegations against Kofa. You think that and then the deputy presiding, you think that would just make Kun automatically remove that just by sparing all the allegation will remove Kun? No, Kun will have to defend himself. Okay, and then
before the thing is a number game. He lay out allegation. He will defend himself. After defending himself, they vote, right? They vote. Because the guys say they have the number, your vote that we don't want you. Whether you wrong or you right, we vote you out. Then if the seat become vacant, right? Whoever won the position, they will contest because they have the number. Then now you can vote. That's what they need to do. So they want to see for the old men to call this group, say, look, small shit is better than big shit. Y'all go by in-house, say you have the number, y'all do the right thing, let the world see your vote. You vote this man out, and then you elect the new speaker. Whether that Richard Poole, that Japaulo, whoever, but we have a new speaker, the noise cease. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, anyway, but we all look forward to that, and that's what we've been hoping for. But I don't think it will happen. And go back to my lunar parable again. They so leave it clean and carry a long time, but they not let it kaka. So it's difficult now. They not spend enough money. They have made Richard Kun to taste what it is to be speaker, to sign budget, to take him to go to Ghana to witness the induction of the Ghanaian president, to take him to different places. They are introducing to the world, and even recognizing him at the SONA, recognizing him at the Armed Forces Day, all these things. So how can they undo all of those things? It's not
working for him.
If I
ask you, working because what happened?
Listen, I ask you one question. I ask you whether if Justice Bisi, what they did here, if Justice Bisi and the entire Supreme Court bench come out and say, ultra far of me, Richard Kun is not legal, Funanti Kofa is still legal, whether you think the government will accept it, they will not accept it because they have gone beyond that point. I keep making a point here. They will not, no matter. The only thing here,
So you see the point I'm saying? Then Justice right here is telling us the reason why the boycott because they didn't do the right thing. And they felt that they didn't want to take side to go honor somebody who is not speaker. So he made it clear. So when they come up with their funding, they come up with their build of information that they're supposed to give to the public. It's the same thing that they're going to tell the public.
Okay, very good. So will it stop the government from supporting Kun? That's the point. That's the question I keep asking.
But that's the big shame now. When the people come out that they man he's not a speaker.
They don't care.
So what
they don't care about small. They don't care about small or big shame.
So now you agree with me? The country heading for a serious crisis. That's the point I keep making.
Everybody knows that the country have been heading for a serious crisis.
So this man who get all the experience, when he rather make the country to go into serious crisis, then that I've seen the big shame is better than the small shame is better than the big shame. Because the fact come out that this Ghana speaker and you stay stuck with this guy, the country going nowhere, you be more embarrassed than what the experience about. That's the point I'm making. Because
I told you earlier on that this government has failed in their first 1 year. They know. So they don't care about big shame, small shame, whatever. And they have done things that have gone beyond their control. Everything they're doing now, everything this government is doing is something called damage. It's called crisis control and damage management. Okay? Crisis control and damage management. They get a crisis, they try to control it. Then at the same time, they're trying to manage the damage that they have caused for themselves. So it's going to be, and trust me, this is the time for the opposition community to take complete control of the system in Liberia. Because right now, this government will be focused mostly on managing the damage that they have caused in 1 year. See, like you go play football, you in your first 5 minutes, you stomp your toe naked also. You'll be fighting to be tied that punish while your friend is playing. Your blood running, you try to tie the punish. That's what they're doing. They finish shooting themselves in the legs long time, and that's why they don't want to hear when Mr. Cummungs said it, that they shot themselves in the legs in the very first year. Okay, you got no international connection. You make your budget. You depend on other countries or international community to honorize 70% of that budget. Who are you? So if the international community say we're not doing it, what you do? You got your budget. You'll not even go 1/4 of it. You see, so the government is a toy government, toy government. I'm telling you something, okay? But people are not looking at it because it's still the small money that they still got, they still collecting small revenue. But time will come, the Liberian dollar will be ordinary people because it will be devalued. Nothing will be there to back it. America cutting aid, and let them pray that America should not suspend that aid for a long time, okay? And even with all that, with all the bad governance, America will not pump in money like they used to do before. So it's going to be tough. But again, when we talk, people say, oh no, you're wishing the government bad, you're wishing the country bad. No, because the ratings are clear on the world. We all know with that. So if somebody tell me, say, oh, my man, you die, should I say, oh, don't say that? I know I would die. Okay? So this government is heading nowhere until they play real magic with all the internal wrangling. Nothing is happening. I told you, if you go in their back room, if you go backstage of this government and see how much scuffle they got, you will not believe it. Government gallery, they say they're suspending 40 people from job. Who will be doing that work? Government is replete, completely replete with corruption. You turn so, Nuka, you turn so, Nafa, you turn so, this one, you turn so, that one. Where the executive himself, this executive itself is involved with dishing out money to lawmakers to be able to remove one simple speaker. Man, Paul, I think we are wasting enough time on this thing. We got to close up now. You are muted, I think.
Let's wrap up. Wrap up.
Yeah. So for those of you that follow us,
the discussion was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give a final word, Paul. Hello? I think Paul internet, I think okay.
Yeah, let's wrap up link for the internet start playing up.
Yeah, okay. So for those of you that kept watching us, until now, we want to say thank you very much. This is important. Like everything we say here is our personal opinions. Okay, they are not truth. They are not written in law. They are not approved by anybody. They are approved by ourselves. It could be wrong. It could be right. That's just the good thing about human being is that God made us independently. So even your own children, man, you can't go there to tell them what to say. You don't think for them. So nobody's thinking for us. We are saying what we believe, and what we think is not right. It may not be wrong either. So take it as it is, and we encourage you to always be with us. Coming Friday, we're going to have a guest. We don't know who. We got so many people standing by. We don't know which one of them will be appearing, but we'll let you know by fixing the flyer. And we want to apologize for those of you who usually follow us on our normal page. Our page is acting out, the technology, it can glitch sometimes. It can glitch. So we got some glitches tonight. But we'll be trying to fix it during the course of the week. And Friday, we can show you that we'll be full on the Portal Liberia web page. And I want to thank you for being with us. We hope that you've learned something. And we encourage you to make your comments. We are not blocking people because they're making comments. But when you come here, respect us. All the things we're talking here, we're not abusing anybody here. We are not using any insults on anybody. We're saying the hard truth. But you come here, you start to insult us and say all kind of things. We're not encouraging it because we let the first line go. Then tomorrow you come again, you do it. Then somebody will follow and say, oh yeah, we can do it. Then 2-3 people do it. The third day, 4 people, the 4th day, 10 people, then the platform become rude. No, we don't want to do that. I want to keep it safe here. That's I'm capable, very, very much capable to insult, to say any bad word. Okay? I'm a typical moral boy. I can do it. But it's not my nature. But if you come here and you begin to insult us, we do nothing to you. We are talking. Go and say your own. Do you insult us? Okay? So I want to say thank you for those of you who respect yourselves. And you sat here and you listen to us, whether you like what we say or not. We want to respect you for that. But do not insult anybody here, or do not insult any political leader or any government official. We talk about President Waka, we talk about Cummungs, we talk about Kofa, we talk about all these people. We never use any insult word on anybody. We say what they do, we say what we believe about them. We never insult anybody here. But if you come here and you want to insult, 1 minute you are gone. And you know, maybe you come here on a different pseudonym, but if you come and you do the same thing, you'll be gone as well. So Paul, take us home. Well, I think Paul internet stay adding off. Paul, you can hear me?
Okay, to our viewers, thanks for being with us tonight. Yeah, so we'll just send. Yeah. So Linford, just close the show, please. Yeah, just close the show.
Yeah, my internet is adding on to that. So this is how I would like to leave you on this edition of the program in Portland, Liberia. We want to say thanks for being with us. And my name is Linford Paul. The Lord Chiripley was there in the UK, and together we were able to bring you this one. Let's see if we can go home like this.
What we want to do to please you? Yeah, we get people around. Oh, they acting that they let you when you show up. I saw you turn your body and it choked off. You buy your Lego, hey, attend them. People buy you Lego, hey, attend them. If you can post your man, hey, attend them. They dare you post your man, hey, attend them. If you want ever go ever your family, don't bring that nonsense to somebody. If you want ever go ever your family, don't bring that nonsense to somebody. So I said to Jake, it's a long must like